Holy shit, it's Wednesday night, my Wicked Warriors, and you know what that means? It's time for another action-packed episode of the Wicked Wally webcast, soon to be the best hard rock, heavy metal talk show on the planet. I am your host, Wicked Wally, and every Wednesday night, we have some folks already in the chat we're watching, so every Wednesday night we air the show live on Facebook, on Twitch, and on YouTube. That's right. So the most important part of the show is you watching right now. Yes, that is all of you watching right now. There's 4 people watching right now in the live right now. Whoever joins after the fact, we want to hear your questions, your comments, your feedback, because that's going to make this show so much better. We're here to party with you tonight, talk to you tonight. It's all of us here hanging out together tonight. We have an excellent show for everyone tonight. I'm super excited. I was pumped. We talked with our guests a little bit before the show, but coming up on tonight's show, episode number 18 of the Wicked Wally webcast, I call this episode Star Wars. Why do I call this episode Star Wars? Because we are interviewing Connor, we're not yet Connor, almost, buddy. Connor McRae, the man behind Vis Mystica, a Star Wars themed power metal band out of Pennsylvania, or as they coin themselves, Jedi Metal. We check out their latest single off their planned 2021 album, Celestial Wisdom, and we also feature music videos from some local Calgary faves, Osyron and Hazzerd, in the show. So looking forward to that. We got some music from them to check out. And joining me tonight, my co-host for tonight, the one, the only Montana. Oh, there. Always the wrong button. Montana Clark. Montana, how are you tonight?
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
It is Wednesday. Are you looking forward to tonight's show?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm so excited to nerd out.
Oh, yeah? You're getting pumped?
Oh, yeah. I'm pumped. I'm ready. Let's do this. I'm pumped as well. Honestly, it's Star Wars themed power metal band. I'm excited because this is an opportunity for us to nerd out on tonight's show. So if you're into geek culture, you like Star Wars and nerdy stuff, we're going to do that. And you like metal, of course. This is going to be the show for you tonight. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our guest for tonight. We have Connor McRae from the band Vis Mystica. Connor, there we go. How are you tonight? There we go.
Hey. I am doing A-okay, guys. What's up?
What is up?
You know.
What is up? We are live right now at this interview. So any mistakes, any faux pas, anything that happens tonight is going out to the interwebs, and there's nothing we can do about it.
The interweb just caught me drinking.
Oh, that's fine. What are you drinking tonight, Connor?
So, I finished a Duvel in our pre-show, but because I'm a real drunk, it's now a Chouffé.
A Chouffé?
Oh!
It's like got a fucking gnome on it or some shit.
Wow. Hashtag not a sponsor. So you're going to be a little primed for tonight's show. That's awesome. It's a very fancy drinking glass you have tonight, Connor.
Yeah, my little snifter thing. This is me pretending that I don't eat fucking Taco Bell like 5 days out of the week.
It's almost like you gotta raise your pinky when you're drinking out of that glass.
Oh, excuse me. Hold on.
It's like a pinky raise. There you go. Although you kind of need the pinky to hold the what's the stem on that called? There's a special name, or is this called the stem of the glass?
I think these are called like a snifter for people that like don't get laid. So I should call it a snifter.
So Connor, you are currently, am I getting this right? You are one half of Vis Mystica currently?
I am, technically, in terms of full-time members. It'll be me and Mr. Devin Dwyer, who lives about 2 hours away from me.
So you play guitar. We're gonna talk lots about that. You do the bass in the music as well, and the orchestration. So is that a keyboard, or is it programmed orchestration in the music?
So I use a keyboard for all of my stuff actually, but I actually just got this pretty cool new piece of technology called the Jamstick Studio MIDI, which is a guitar, but it works like a MIDI keyboard. So that's how I'm making most of our orchestration now.
Jamstick Mini. Oh, that sounds fancy technology. And then Devin is a guitarist as well. And
he is.
And then everything else. So the drums is just programmed drums in this case,
so the drums are actually real. So this guy, I didn't make him an official member of the band because I wasn't sure what his sort of like credentials were in terms of whether he wanted to do it full time. Because
that's fair.
He's much more of note than the rest of us. His name's actually Dylan Trollope from the band Once Human out of California. So he's been working with us for a while, ever since I became friends with him when I opened up for his band in like 2018 in Cleveland, I think, and then we became pals after that because he thought I was good or something for some ridiculous reason.
Well, you are good, and I'm not just trying to butter you up for the interview tonight, but you are quite talented.
Thank you.
And then for vocals, is it always guest vocalists? That's something I noticed.
So no, actually, Devin is the main vocalist.
Devin does do. Oh, okay. Devin's the main vocalist.
Devin
okay. Because I noticed every track had a featured vocalist.
Yeah, pretty much so far they have been. You know, it's funny. Yeah. Like, there's been a split on that. Like, and actually, when we did the recut of the Plains of Silence, which was our originally our first single, we actually just did Devin on the second cut of it because the vocals in the first one were a little bit more degraded than we cared for. But other than that, yeah, we've managed to find some pretty cool guest vocalists just because I was like, you know, whenever I did something like this, I was always afraid to like talk to people that I was like, oh, you know, these guys are on like another level. But the cool thing about like the power metal industry is that nobody's like a rock star. It's just we're just guys, pretty much. I mean, it's like, so I mean, it just basically, and like one of ours was I was telling Montana was like Dave Moot from Operas in Canada, who is just a crazily good singer.
Right, we're going to talk about Dave and Operas later.
Yeah.
You're mentioning guest vocalists and some big ones like Jonas Heidgert, I think is how you say his last name, from Dragonland. Wow, what a get! So if folks don't know Dragonland, so he's the vocalist of Dragonland, Jonas Heidgert, from Gothenburg, Sweden. So just to give an idea, people who haven't heard of Dragonland, they are an incredible power metal band out of Sweden. They have just to give them some, we're going to throw some numbers at you. So it's just to give you an idea, 1.6 million streams in 2019 of their music. So that gives you an idea. 65,000 followers on Facebook. So they are they're not like the upper mid-tier band. You know, they're sort of like, they're not like the Metallica, you know, where they're millionaires, but they're probably making a living, or at least making some coin doing it. So, so that's impressive to get someone of that caliber, on the song. So you mentioned everything in power metal. It's kind of this community, this like small community. How on earth did you get in touch with Jonas and get him to be featured on the song we're going to listen to right away here, Whispering Winds of Fate? How did you do that?
So with Jonas,
there we go.
This is his thing. He's just like, he's a bigger dork than I am. So like, he just one night I was with Devin and I had more than enough to drink, and I finally got like really confident. I was like, I'm gonna message Jonas Heidgert. I'm gonna be like, yeah, you want to do vocals on our next song?
Yeah,
and
why not?
And it was at like 11:30 p.m., which I guess would have been like 6 a.m. for him. I have no idea why the hell he was awake, but like he just said, oh, you guys do music about Star Wars? I'm going through a second playthrough of Knights of the Old Republic right now. I said, oh, that's what all this music is about. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? That's awesome. I always wanted to do something like this. And then he was super on board with it, and I've kind of stayed friends with him ever since.
What are the chances? That's awesome.
Super surreal. Like, hearing him on our songs, I was like, dude, I was listening to this shit when I was in high school. It was so
Maybe he
cool.
was too.
Right. The fact that your love of Star Wars got you excited. Speaking of your love of Star Wars, we talked about this before the show. Behind you, you have some posters. I see Empire Strikes Back. On the other, you're pointing the wrong direction. It's over that way. It's over that way.
Backwards cameras too.
Gets me all the time, honestly. The backwards camera. So what else do you have there for posters? We have Empire Strikes Back.
We got Empire. We got the original.
New Hope.
We got Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi.
And we got Nice Old Republic in the back.
Nice Old Republic, yeah. See, that is something. That is something tonight. We're gonna have some deep cuts. We got 6 people watching right now. There's more people slowly coming in. Honestly, I want to see your comments. I have the multi-stream chat open this time. I didn't forget tonight. So if you're on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, wherever you are watching this show, throw some comments, throw some questions. If if you're a Star Wars fan, or even if you're not, let us know what you hate about Star Wars. That would actually be kind of a fun thing to throw out there.
Of a fucking dweeb I am, please.
Well, hey, metal. A lot of metalheads are nerdy. It's kind of it kind of comes together that way. But anyway, I do want to check this out. But Montana and I have a little bit of a confession to make, and we didn't break it at the beginning of the show. We were talking before the beginning of the show because you are through and through. I could just tell from the little bit we talked. A Star Wars fan, nerd, whatever. You know your stuff, like the books and the stuff that's not even canon anymore, right? Because Disney recanonized a lot of the Star Wars, so you know about a lot of this stuff. And Montana and I, we were talking before the show, like, well, I mean, we both like Star Wars, but we're actually. Do you want to
do the thing? Do you want to do the thing?
Do you want to do the thing? You want to do the thing? Okay, let's do the thing.
Okay.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
I'm right there with you.
Okay.
Dude, okay.
Live long and prosper. Live long and prosper. Oh my God, she's got the comic there. Hold on, Montana. You gotta show everyone that. What is that?
It's Star Trek, man.
The Adventure Begins comic book. Oh, that's like from the movie. That's the movie uniforms. That's their movie uniforms.
From 79.
Yeah, I've got like some Deep Space Nine too, but big Trekkie.
So this is the thing, same here. So I've watched every episode of the original series, every episode of TNG, every episode of DS9, every episode of Voyager, and every episode of Enterprise. So
you're more
of a nerd than
we are. You beat it. We were talking before the show. I'm like, yeah, I know all the characters in DS9. I know the basic plot, but I didn't watch enough of it to. I haven't seen every episode of DS9. I've seen most of TNG. I've seen most of the original series. I've watched most of. I've watched almost probably every episode of Voyager. I've watched a bunch of Enterprise.
So good,
but I haven't seen every single episode, and I've wanted to go back as an adult to do that, but life just is so busy.
Oh yeah, no, tell me about it, dude.
Even during a pandemic.
even during a pandemic. When you want to start your own talk show during a pandemic, apparently all of a sudden it's like, stay busy.
You know, I wake up in the morning like I have to fucking teach this 8-year-old how to play an Imagine Dragons song. I really just want to get drunk and watch The Tick. Or something.
So we're gonna talk. I want to talk about that too. You are a music teacher as well. But before we get into that, I want to let folks know who are watching right now, in case they don't know. I want to listen to some of your music. So you have your latest single, and this is going to be this "Whispering Winds of Fate." And this song there's going to be more to come. So is this off a future album, or is there more singles? Future album. So future album to come. We did talk about that at the beginning. Actually, the name of the album. Sorry, I had that here. Celestial Wisdom.
Celestial Wisdom.
There we go.
EP, right?
Yes.
Or EP, not album. EP. Thank you, Montana. Let's pull this up. Okay, so it's just a still image for this one, but at least it's going to give us a chance to hear the band. And again, this is the guest vocalist on this is Jonas Heidgert, God at this time, of Dragonland. This is impressive stuff. All right, let's take a listen to this. And at any point in time, Connor, feel free to step in if you have something to interject, talk about the song, and I'll pause it and we can yak about it a little bit. But yeah, let's check this out. Star Wars Metal. Let's do this. Okay, one thing I want you to tell me, Connor, about this track is the guest vocalist, again, is Jonas Heidgert of Dragonland, but then don't want to cut Devin short at all. Can you let us know when it's Devin singing and when it is Jonas singing?
Sure. The only time Jonas is actually singing is in the pre-chorus and the choruses of the song. So the rest of it's Devin.
So pre-chorus. So right now we're hearing...
verse 1.
Verse 1. So we're hearing Devin. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Nice.
So Jonas is coming up right now. Like, so, this is coming in. This will be Jonas.
Jonas coming up right away? Okay. All right.
Actually, can I just stop for a second?
Absolutely.
So I've listened to this song probably a dozen times already since yesterday. No, and I gotta say, I am a huge fan of this. This is excellent beyond belief. But there is something that reminds me when Jonas sings, I can't help but think of, maybe you know the band, Falconer?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Okay, that's high praise. Thank you.
Yeah, because with his vocals awesome. And like the melody and the cadence in it, I was like, this Falconer. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say.
No, thank you. I appreciate that a ton. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh.
Excellent.
Okay, I gotta say, Devin is standing toe-to-toe with Jonas in this song.
Devin would be very glad to hear that. Devin,
and the
Devin
switch
never thinks
between
much of his own vocals.
What?
No,
are you kidding me?
Right.
He's a ridiculously talented singer.
So humble.
I tell him that Wicked Wally wants to see a vocal playthrough of one of the songs. I think it would be a huge thing. You definitely need to do that and put it up on your social media and YouTube and all that stuff.
Now, he and I, before pandemic, obviously, we kind of. So he's like a DJ at a local bar. That's his main hustle. And he does karaoke night there, and he'll just go out and just like absolutely crush like Journey songs regularly. And he'll just get like really, really drunk off of like Jack and Coke and then just destroy songs. It's ridiculous. That's when he and I engage in party time. It's
engage.
Shit's iffy.
Engage in party time.
I will freely say there's a reason he sings and I don't.
Okay. Did you originally try to do vocals for the band or no? Okay.
I'll get drunk and sing Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit. Maybe occasionally The Bad Touch by the Bloodhound Gang. That's about it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Bloodhound Gang.
I love karaoke personally. I actually love karaoke. I'm not good enough to be in a band or anything like that. But whenever I do up on stage and sing, people are like, "Oh, that was good. Hey, good job." You know, like I always get like, "Oh, good job."
When I was absolutely destroyed, like
that's I would not attempt Iron Maiden. That's not my wheelhouse.
So a quick fun aside about that, I actually just out of pure chance, I was in Coral Springs, Florida in like 2013, and I sang that on stage with Nico McBrain when he was there at his restaurant.
Whoa.
I don't know how that, that actually happened, and it was really weird. It was awesome.
Dreams do come true.
I was like, whoa, there's a big fucking old sweaty British guy that's hugging me right now.
I love karaoke. I think it's such a fun way to just like step out of your comfort zone and get silly.
That's the adult version of going to a playground as a kid, because you're just like I'm gonna get really fucked up and just yell shit.
That could be a great theme for the vocal playthrough that Devin does for the song as a karaoke. You know, that would be kind of an interesting thing to do, and he could be dressed in the robes and the Jedi robe.
We've like joked about doing that as a thing before, like just getting like the instrumentals of our stuff and randomly sticking on the karaoke machines he uses. So he just goes out at work, just sings one of our songs instead. People are like, "What the fuck is this?"
It's music, Dad.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
But anyway,
going back to the song, which is excellent. I went through the lyrics to this expecting, and there's a couple of little Star Wars deep cuts, but the lyrics are more vague than I actually expected them to be. It's not like Yoda, 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 right? You're not saying like Darth Vader walks across the street.
Well,
I don't know.
Sort of reasons for that, like not just in the. I mean, I didn't want to be like super normie with that. Did
you not want to get sued? Is that a thing? Could you actually get in trouble if you start saying lightsaber?
Yeah, keeping Mickey Mouse off my ass would have been nice. Yeah. But I mean, like, also, it's like most of the stuff that influences me isn't actually from the films.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. I like it. I like how kind of general it can kind of be portrayed as, or people can take it as they like.
That's the kind of thing is like originally I was thinking about doing like other stuff when I first formed the band way back when, but I actually decided to make it more. I found it way easier to write about like the Star Wars comics and stuff because they had more of an epic feel to them, which is really weird. I think it was easier to write that because there's more like you can go right back to like an individual issue or something as opposed to like having to go through like a 2-hour film or something to like get source material for it. And the thing with that's so cool is that there's so much of it that you can just go through. There's decades and decades of like comics that you can dig through and nobody knows what it is. So
I don't think that's weird at all. I think if anything, it makes it more like niche, and if people have read the issues, they might remember that and be like, holy shit, he's referencing this issue. That's pretty rad.
No, it's like ultimate. That's really cool. In this song, especially, I do a bit of name dropping. Basically, literally, what all this song is about a fucking planet. So,
sweet.
And so yeah, that's about it. And it's sort of like introducing like the first. So the reason this is the first issue, or the first song on the EP is because it's basically introducing the entire landscape that the whole album is going to be based around.
So, so is it a specific story from the comics then that you're going to be telling?
So it's actually going to be this whole EP is based off of the it's actually the last comics that Dark Horse did for Star Wars before they switched over to Marvel.
Oh, cool.
It's Dawn of the Jedi, which is set
Dawn of the Jedi
35,000 years before the first movie, I think. So it's out there. There's like not even really lightsabers in it for a while.
So how the Jedi started, I'm assuming. Dawn of the Jedi's how the Jedi started, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so technically...
I'm looking up on Wikipedia right now as we speak here.
Wikipedia?
Yeah, there's Wikipedia.
Wikipedia is a magical fucking place, dude. That's helped me a lot. So yeah, basically...
series from Dark Horse Comics, written by John Ostrander and penciled by I'm not going to even try that. Creative team behind Dark Horse critically acclaimed Star Wars series. Dawn of the Jedi is almost 26,000 years before Star Wars. New Hope. 26,000. Group of Force sensitives on the planet Tython, who are the predecessors of the Jedi Order. Aside from being of the first issue, Dawn of Jedi is primarily set in the year. You said BBY. BBY is the Star Wars thing.
Before Battle of Yavin.
Before the Battle of Yavin. Oh my God, we're getting geeky tonight.
Love it.
in a time before the polarization of the light and dark sides of the Force. So it was gray at that time, I'm assuming then. Gray Force. I
didn't know that.
Yeah. Gray gets more into that's more deep stuff into, I think, Rebels and stuff like that. Talks about Gray and the gray parts of the Force. And see, I know a little bit, even though I don't watch Rebels.
Wally.
And the series is to be the first to be set before the Republic. Before the Republic.
It's out there. No, it's wild.
Cool. Well, here, let me pull this up on the screen. There we go. That's what it looks like there.
This is intense.
It lends itself to our songwriting really well because there is kind of like that not quite good, not quite bad aspect to a lot of it, which is kind of cool. It's sort of like what I like writing about is having stuff that's a little bit more, vague.
You mentioned a comic being more epic as well, and that makes sense because the budget is just what you can draw. It's not based on special effects. It's not based on practical and actors.
Cool.
It's
blowing up. Not that I don't enjoy that.
It's whatever you can draw. Your imagination, right? So that's probably why.
Yeah, I don't know. There is more of like the imagination feel to whatever's going on. It's like you can hear voices in your head as opposed to like having them spit out at you, and you can kind of imagine the people as like your own little way, and you can interpret it different ways, and that's kind of what comes out in our music. Like, for example, quote unquote, so I didn't get sued by Mickey Mouse. The whispering winds of fate, as they are kind of like the Force calling out to people to come to the planet.
Gotcha.
So
gotcha. You could have called it Call of the Force TM Disney.
Yeah.
And TM.
Big fucking pair of rabbit ears on top of it.
Or bunny ears. Right.
No, or fucking mouse ears. Oh my god.
Bunny.
I just stop thinking so much.
You're thinking of Macaulay Culkin. Anyway, so you know the reference I'm making. You do? Okay.
Home Alone, bro.
Oh, yeah, anyway. So I was going to say Bunny Ears. He's got a podcast called Bunny Ears.
That too, right. Yeah.
That's okay. Don't worry about it, man. I'm as nerdy as you are, just in different ways. So going to go back to the song. We didn't get to your solo yet, which, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, Dylan Trollop in the, I hope I'm saying your last name right. Dylan in the chat says, "You're awesome, Connor. Can't wait to engage in party time with you again." Do you know Dylan?
Party time.
Yes.
Party time.
That would be drummer Dylan.
It's your drummer.
Nice.
The drummer, not your drummer, but the drummer who. Yeah, awesome, Dylan. Thanks for joining the chat tonight, buddy.
You made it, Dylan.
He and I got really drunk at NAMM last year in California, and we saw an Asian man in a cowboy hat singing Luke Bryan at a karaoke bar.
There you go.
That's a lot.
There you go.
Awesome.
There was a lot going on that night, dude. It was kind of fucked.
So, Dylan, if you have any dirt, no, not dirt, but anything funny, anything fun to say about your pal here, Connor, or anything to tell us about the music, because you were involved with the drums, Anyway, if you have anything I need to add, go ahead and add it tonight in the chat. I'll make sure I read it out, and let's see if there's any cool trivia about Connor that you want to bring up. That would be really helpful for us here tonight. Okay.
Hey, Wally.
Yeah.
I just want to point out just a little thing. So your screen isn't showing up for me right now. It's just the logo. Wondering if Connor is getting the same thing.
I'm seeing Wally's pretty face, honestly.
Yeah?
Thank you.
I'm missing out. That's okay. I can do without it. It's fine.
Well, you can. Yeah, I guess you can. All I can do is hear my my overbearing voice. Okay, all right, we're gonna go back over to the song. I want to listen to Party Time. Okay, Dylan was saying Party Time was engaged that night. Engage. Okay, we're gonna keep doing that, even though it's a Star Wars theme. All right, and so I want to hear your solo. I'm gonna get to your solo in the song. So let's go back to Whispering Winds of Fate. Let's play at least to get to the part where we hear that solo. Let's do this. Nice. Yep. Yeah.
So that solo was like the second part of it. I knew it was like half of a fluke because I had gotten the first part down, like the melody part that you hear in the first bit there. And I was just like dicking around with it. And then I was like, haha, this would be funny if I just did sweeps over it. What happens? And it ended up sounding like good. So
it was a happy accident.
I was like, oh, this is sick. I'm just going to put this on now. But like,
is that a musical term? I don't know. I'm not a musician myself, but is that a technical term?
Yeah. That's like my terminology.
It's like half what I say to my students when they ask me about like arpeggios and shit. I'm just like, yeah, as opposed to just think of like one note.
But yeah, I definitely want to chat about that. So if we go to your Instagram page, oh, sorry, Connor, what were you saying? You want me to?
Oh no, shoot.
All right, I was going to bring this up. I want to bring this up, Connor. We're going to go to your Instagram page, Connor McRae. It's actually a link to it off of your band page, so that's why I knew it was fair game for tonight's episode. So there's a ton of videos on here where you're playing, and it's
a lot of shit posting on Instagram.
And that too. But I wanted to play this clip and then also talk about this beautiful guitar you're playing. We're chat about that as well. This beautiful guitar you're playing, and about your teaching, because you also teach music. You have posts on your Instagram page talking about teaching. But I wanted to dive into that and like, is music how you make your living as well? So anyways, I'm going to play this video quickly, and just one out of many that I this is one I particularly like. So this is you doing some shredding.
Okay.
Not my own music, actually. That was actually a piece by Bach's son.
Yeah. Okay, that's my question for you. Is I could hear that in Plains of Silence. Actually, there's quite a lot of classical moments, and I wanted to ask you: is that a big influence on your writing? It sounds like it.
To the nth degree, it is. Yeah, I mean, like,
good
that's
question.
Honestly,
do you have a favorite composer?
Bach, for sure.
Yeah.
Love him.
Oh, like, there you go.
If you listen to it, he was shredding before shredding was shredding.
I
guess the best way to put it. It's like most people are super into stuff like can't even think of his name, Paganini. It's sort of. But for me, Bach has always been the one that I've been super into. I mean, like, if you listen to a lot of his old pieces, you'll see me basically, well, not plagiarizing, but kind of.
It's not actually. You technically can. Isn't it so far in the past that you?
It's so far in the past that you can sample it.
It's fair use now. Yeah.
It's fair use. It's pretty sweet, actually.
No copyrights on his dead ass. But no, I'm super influenced by him. People like Mozart, Beethoven, and all that kind of stuff. Honestly, that has as much influence on my playing as metal does. But it's so funny because, like, I'm not trained really in any way.
Really?
How were you taught? Were you self-taught, or did you?
For the most part, yeah. So, like, I took basic lessons about the first 6 months I played. And I've been playing since I was about 15, and I'm 27 now. So it's been like 12 and a half years that I've been playing. And so for the last, like, most of my high school up to now was all self-taught, just kind of learning stuff over time. And
very impressive.
Thank you. I've been teaching since I was about 19. So
self-taught. So, but you teach as well.
Yes.
I'm assuming then you teach theory. You teach all of those elements as well. So you basically just from books you taught yourself theory, or how did you do that?
Not even from that, honestly. Theory was something I didn't pick up. I don't even still have a heavy knowledge of it.
Fair enough.
My teaching is mostly, as my friends like to say, intuitive.
Okay.
I think more in like patterns and like what sounds good together through memorization than I do theory. I mean, like, I know some theory, but like I don't try to go overboard with it because it's like, dude, I sucked at
quickly in the chat. Chad Bill Anderson, Connor.
That is Chad from Heel and Prime. He is our producer.
Oh, hey Chad. Thanks for joining.
And he does a real good job on it.
Chad, if you have anything you can add about the production on the music, on the album, or what you're working on, please, or dirt about Connor, that's.
Oh yeah, he did a live stream of him actually ripping apart this exact song we were listening to the other day.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh damn! Maybe we can find it and then link it.
Chad is a super smart lad, and he is also awesome at what he does. So please go to him for work, fellow musicians. He's pretty great.
Oh, Dylan has a massive thing in the chat. I'm going to read this out here. Okay. I'm going to pretend. Look at the eye roll and the drink. He's taking a drink now. He's like, I'm going to need some alcohol for this one.
With you, Connor.
I'm going to need some alcohol for this one. Montana's having her drink too. All right. So from Dylan, who did the drums for the latest, the new album coming out by Vis Mystica. EP. Sorry, I keep calling it an album. EP. Thank you, Montana.
It's like an in-between. There's going to be like 7 tracks on it. You can call it whatever you want.
Oh, 7 tracks. Is it just because of the length? It wouldn't be quite a full length
so
because...
It's like 5... It's 5 original songs, 1 cover, 1 demo.
Okay.
So it's like 5 main, 2 bonus.
That's why it's an EP. Okay. That's fair.
It's like a tweener.
It's a tweener.
Anyway.
Okay, so from Dylan, the who does the drums on the tracks here. Honestly, when it comes to guys that can fill a measure with notes, there's no one better than Connor. I always think of that scene in Amadeus where the king complained about there being too many notes in Mozart's music. I know I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He would have died if it was Connor's music. I found the process of coming up with the drum tracks insanely fun because of all the rhythmic options I had. It's very often that I find myself considering the possibility that I'm overplaying on a piece of music, but not this music. So you can't overplay on your music, which is... Sounds like a compliment, right? This music is full of notes, full of variation, and full of fun. I'm super grateful that Connor gave me the opportunity to jam with him in this project. Many cheers, guys. Awesome. Thank you so much, Dylan. That is a wonderful message.
A champ because he's way more of note than I will ever be, probably. But
oh, you guys just keep pumping each other up. It's so sweet.
and cutting yourselves down. You both do an amazing job. So also here, thanks for this little post here. You went ahead and I appreciate this. You put before the show went live. You posted here. It says, "Catch me on the Wicked Wally webcast in less than an hour," with you and your microphone looking like a deer in the headlights. So yeah, like I said, there's a ton of amazing. You want to go Vis Mystica? Obviously, go to Vis Mystica on Instagram as well. But I really got a lot of gold from your personal Instagram page, if anything, because you have so much on here. You're playing. So you mentioned teaching. Is this at a school? Do you teach on like now? I guess with COVID, and I don't want to bring up COVID too much right now. But do you teach remotely or how do you?
So I actually teach mask on. At a guitar center right now.
Okay.
And I also do private lessons from home here, and I combine the two, and that's sort of how I am able to buy beer and pay rent these days.
Okay. So that's how you use that to make a living. So music is your life. That's pretty cool.
And it wasn't until like 2 or 3 years ago, because I was eventually like I was a cook at a college for a while. And I was just, there was one day that I was just like, dude, fuck this. And I kind of, I realized that I was able to, enough people are interested in like getting lessons from me that I was like, well, I can make money off this now. So let's just do this. And
that's awesome.
It also gave me a little bit more time. And like,
Chad Bill Anderson, thank you for following us on the Wicked Wally webcast. New follower. Thank you so much, Chad.
What a man.
Yes.
What a man. What a man. More people in the chat, too. I'm watching your comments. If you have questions, comments, if you know this gentleman on the screen, too, if you happen to be a friend or fan of his, let us know if you know anything about him. You can tell us more information about him. Friends, fans?
What are those?
Sorry, Connor. What were you saying before I cut you off?
No, you're good. I was just like about becoming a musician full time. I was like, because I was eventually at the point I was like, you know what? I'm like past the age of like 25 now, and I'm doing dumb shit every day. And I realized that I was like semi okay at what I did. So I was like, well, I might as well just try to make this my job now, because that was sort of, I mean, it's been my passion since I started doing it. So I eventually figured out like, hey, you can make money off this.
Are you currently accepting new students?
Hell yes, I am.
Okay, so if someone wants to be taught by you, if they're interested in that, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
Any of my social media outlets, just shoot me a message on there. I hit you up with the rates, and we're good to go.
So yeah, if you are on Instagram, Connor McRae is on there. Through Facebook, Vis Mystica, or how would they get through to you?
They get me on my personal Facebook. That's
personal Facebook, Connor McRae. Are awesome. Yeah, so make sure you send a message out to Connor. Check out his Instagram. You'll see just how an amazing of a guitarist he is. And yeah, I wanted to talk about where is that? This beauty right here. Oh. This gorgeous guitar, and we're seeing it in a lot of the different scenes here. If you actually have it beside you there, yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned something about the pickups on it as well, like pre-show.
Bit of nerd.
Oh, beautiful! Here, let me.
Some
Lord of the Rings pickups on there.
That is a gorgeous guitar. So those are the pickups on there. They say what again?
They say Minas Morgul on the bridge here, and they say Minas Ithil on the neck here.
And that is a Lord of the Rings reference.
Yeah.
You're saying. Yeah. Okay.
It's between two cities, right?
Two cities, Minas Morgul and Minas Ithil. So this thing is actually a Jedi guitar with Lord of the Rings pickups, but overall, this was designed by a lovely builder in Canada named Pierre-Hugues Charbonneau, who is part of Charbonneau Guitars. And he made
and I actually have that here. Charbonneau guitars. Yes. I have them up on the page here.
He
Charbonneau
is a
guitars.
Magnificent builder. He makes some incredible guitars. But no, this is my baby now. We spent a long time doing the some development on this guy. He actually, not to toot my own horn slightly here, but he actually had never done a sandblasted guitar like this before. Like you can see, it's blue, but the pores in it are red.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And he enjoyed doing that so much that he made an entire series out of it.
Wow.
So this is our new thing now. And we have plans in the future when I get some more pennies to throw his way.
Chad Bill Anderson in the chat says, I eagerly await the days when Connor and I can get pizza together in Anaheim again.
Oh, this is... vegan pizza for Chad. But,
vegan cheese is just... I tried to go vegan for a while there. Vegan cheese just does not hold a torch to real cheese. I'm sorry.
It's kind of shit. I'll be perfectly real. Don't get me wrong. My singer in my old band is a vegan, and like there's some good vegan food, and I learned
absolutely.
Vegan cheese is fucking garbage.
Oh, don't even get me started on Daya. That's awful.
Oh. Anywho, to answer the question about like the Charbonneau stuff, we were actually going to do an inverted version of this. So it's going to be red with blue epoxy.
Beautiful.
Wow.
So we're going to do an upside down Vis Mystica guitar. But yeah, he's a master builder. I would definitely recommend anybody who's into have a guitar to their exact specs made to hit him up, because he really did a great job on this. I couldn't be happier with it. This is my baby now, and when live shows become a thing again, this is going to be my main.
Isn't he Canadian too? Isn't it?
Yeah, he's from Quebec, right?
Quebec, right? Yeah. Well, here's the Facebook page, Charbonneau Guitars. I think they probably have an Instagram too, but we can take a look. These are just beautiful. I'm not personally a musician myself, but some of these designs are just look at this.
Oh, and there's one of the sandblasted ones that he started making after mine. Yeah, and he's an amazing builder.
Oh.
Yes.
The craftsmanship really shows, especially through yours. Like,
yeah, he's a crazily talented man. I mean, I absolutely love him.
Oh,
yeah,
he's beautiful.
He's an awesome dude to go along with it too. He's really cool to talk to, just woodshed with, and I mean, you can see from all this stuff. I mean, he's a master builder.
I have a dumb question for you.
Shoot.
The design and the shape of the guitar, does it affect the sound of it? Like,
that's actually not a dumb question at all.
Okay.
So that's so up for debate that it's ridiculous for me. Like, it's such a fucking religion and politics thing in guitar. It's like the shape and the tone wood, bro, and like all of this stuff. And it's like, I don't, all of the different shapes I've tried, I don't see that much of a difference in the shape itself.
Okay.
It's more, in my opinion, the wood and the electronics it's made out of. So, like, for example, I have guitars made out of different things. Like, I've got a bass that's made out of mahogany. I've got this little Strat copy I've got over here that's made out of alder. And I've got, acoustics and whatnot. And they all have different qualities, but in terms of the shape of them, not so much. But for me, like, I'm really boring. I don't like exciting shaped stuff. I just like.
Hey, sometimes the classics are where it's at.
So you mean you don't like a lightsaber that's a lightsaber on both sides?
But wouldn't that be pretty sweet?
Or a lightsaber with two little things that come out the side? The little.
So I'll be perfectly honest with you. My plans for my next guitar I have made her to have the inlays of it, like for the fret markers, to be made with Aurebesh, the Star Wars language, in like numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, etc. All in that number. So.
Of course.
Yeah.
We wouldn't expect anything else.
I'm super cool, guys.
Beautiful.
We know.
We know.
Awesome, right? No, but yeah, that's most of my stories. I mean, like, for the most part, though, like, actually, what I do outside of this, too, is, like, now that Chad talks about going up to Anaheim and whatnot, another thing I do outside of this is I work with quite a few companies in terms of just, like, sponsorships, endorsements.
Oh,
just
nice.
Kind of working in A&R. Or if R&D with them, not A&R.
No worries.
Really. But R&D, rather. So, like, I mean, I work with a big company out of Australia. I work with an amp company in Germany. Charbonneau's in Canada. I work with a string company out of South Korea and a couple other companies out here in the States. So, yeah.
So research and development, do they give you the product to review and test out and give them feedback, or what are you doing exactly?
So like with my pick company, they'll send, I'll buy a pick from them. And then after I became an artist with them, I said, this is awesome, but we could do this. And I think more people might be interested in that. And the company I'm with now, Jaquetto Picks out of Australia, who make amazing little things.
Let's see.
I hope this comes into focus.
Other way.
There you go. Yeah.
Comes into focus.
Oh, cool.
Unless I'm not topping it. Is stuff like that. And I mean, like, he's got other ones.
That almost looks like resin. And
Yeah.
it's super thick.
It is resin, actually.
Here, I think I found a photo on your Instagram. We can pull that up to give everyone a bit better look of it. There we go. There we go.
Sweet.
How does that look?
Some of the pics I've made. Yeah, there's some of the pics
There we
they
go.
sent me.
Yeah, it gives you kind of an idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
they're
durability
beautiful.
of it probably is like
Oh, they're crazy.
pretty good, hey?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, this is the thing, like, out of all of the things I'm a nerd for, I'm a nerd for guitar picks above almost all
Really?
else. I am a fucking dork for them.
Really?
So am I.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Another dumb question. Okay, go ahead, Montana.
Mostly just collecting.
Can you pull that closer to the screen? I wonder if you can see that or
I
not.
sure can.
Oh, the sword. Oh, that's
got a couple.
awesome. What else we got there?
So we got, Trivium, Corrosion of Conformity, the sword. I think I'm on the wrong side. Megadeth? Is that Megadeth?
I see it.
I think, yes, it is Megadeth. The
Yeah,
green
and
one
then
there,
2
yeah.
inches of blood before they split.
Oh,
Yep,
it's
the other green one, yeah.
blood.
And I'm sorry, there's like Sabaton on there and their version of, I think, Game of Thrones.
I see that. Yeah, the bottom there, yeah.
Yeah.
And oh my god, which other ones do I have? Testament, and oh yeah, this one is my prized possession. That one's from Baroness.
Nice.
Gina Gleason, if you're listening to this, I doubt it, but she is probably one of my favorite guitarists ever. I don't even play guitar, but she's phenomenal.
So cool.
Yeah, and then I have Savage Master as well from Kentucky. So
that's awesome.
yeah, there's my show and tell.
Reach out to her. Ask her for an interview, Montana.
Dude,
I would love to, but I don't know if I'd be able to talk.
Yeah, most of my prized possessions are from, like, I think I have, I mean, like, I found signed photos around, but it's not in photo here, but I've got, like, a picture signed by Sonata Arctica. I've got
Sonata Arctica.
So good. And the rest of them, and, like, my favorite band, actually, my favorite guitarist is Luca Turilli from Rhapsody.
Okay.
So that's my favorite band of all time. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's excellent. I did see the Paladin poster in the back.
Paladin,
nice.
Taylor and Alex, those are my boys. But
that's awesome.
So I mean, I've got a picture signed by Angra over there. I'm a big Angra fan. But I mean, like, outside of that too, I listen to a ton of stuff. Big Maiden fan from like my teenage years. But I mean, I dig deep into like some more extreme metal stuff too. Like, I met all the members of Winter Sun last year at NAMM.
Oh man,
they're pretty cool.
I remember meeting Winter Sun specifically. Was it Winter Sun? I knew that they were there. I can't remember if I met them. I might be confusing them with Varg. For our Pagan Fest back in, I think, like 2013. No, 2014. Yeah.
Yeah, that might have been them. They
I feel like it was.
They might do that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, they're really cool guys. I mean, like, this is probably one of my deeper cuts. I'm a huge fan of the black metal band Balsagoth. You ever heard of them?
Sorry, say that again.
Balsagoth.
Yeah, Balsagoth. Balsagoth from England.
I don't. Maybe
no,
not.
I actually don't. I actually don't.
They're like power metal with black metal vocals.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Sweet.
Symphonic black metal band. Oh, from Yorkshire, England. Oh,
they are amazing. Them and I mean, like I'm an old school Dimmu Borgir fan and whatnot too. I mean, like
yeah.
And I've got a friend. My friend Andy Gillian is in Mors Principium Est, which is another band I really
like.
No
way.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, my buddy got me onto them like a couple months back, and I was like, these guys rip.
I bought this a while ago, but I've got one of Andy's picks.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so he's a super cool guy. I've been talking with him. I met him at NAMM, and he and I kind of stayed friends after that. He's really cool. I'm really close with Conan from Ex Mortis. I don't know if you know Ex Mortis.
I do. Yes. Absolutely.
One of my favorite bands. Conan and I like to get drunk and talk about Lord of the Rings.
So how did you get to meet? How did you meet all these people? Is it just through performing music or through?
It's a mix between all of them. Some of it was NAMM, some of it was opening for the band, some of it was through social media and whatnot. Like Andy and I met at NAMM, the Paladin guys and I met at NAMM. Conan and I actually opened for Ex Mortis when they were on tour with Obituary.
Oh, okay.
In 2018, I played a show with them in Erie, and we kind of became friends there.
As Vis Mystica or a different project?
It was a death metal band I was in called Brahira, which is no longer a thing.
Okay, fair enough.
But and then after that, I messaged him one day when I was going to NAMM. I was like, "Oh, hey, dude, I see you guys are playing in Anaheim. I'm about to go there." He's like, "What the fuck are you doing? That's like all the way across the country." And I was like, "I know." So I went there. He and I hung out and drank beer together, and we've kind of stayed friends ever since because he's like a way better version of me, pretty much in terms of like his playing and whatnot.
There's only one you.
A question, a comment from Nate in the chat. Nate watching in the chat here says, "I remember Balsagoth. There was an excellent Lord of the Rings mashup on the interwebs with one of their songs years ago." Okay, a very viral thing. Sense. Yeah.
Sounds like a thing.
Nice.
Oh, actually, speaking of Lord of the Rings, we didn't talk about your tattoos, but
oh, right. Yeah.
They're all Lord of the Rings themed tattoos.
Nice.
Yeah, all this stuff I've got.
Is that Sauron's tower? Or what is that there?
So that's actually.
Or is that a wraith?
So this is actually Turambar.
Oh, okay.
The Silmarillion, who I actually named my dog after. So, and this here, the blue thing is Luthien from the cover of Nightfall in Middle-earth by Blind Guardian.
Oh, nice.
So I'm a big Blind Guardian fan. This is some lines from the Silmarillion. I got a little baby Smaug from the map there. got some Dwarvish. Got the ring inscription.
Oh, yeah.
Up higher, we've got Doors of Durin, Tower of Gondor, some Elvish, and then we go down to the Tum Tum, and we've got the Even Star. But yeah.
So why not a Lord of the Rings themed band? Why did it end up being Star Wars?
Because I think there's like 1,000 bands that have done that already.
That's fair. That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
Included.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But like, I mean, it's not that I don't love that stuff. I really do. But for music-wise, I felt like that was a little bit played out at this point.
I'd like to. Speaking of your music, and we talked about all the cool people that you've met through the through the convention and through the scene and through playing. I did want to talk a bit about David Michael Moot, but before we do that, he's featured on Lux et Veritas. Am I saying that right?
Nice.
Okay.
Latin down.
Well done.
I try. It just sounds like Clatu Verata Nicto. It sounds like something from.
The Earth Stood Still. Yeah.
The Earth Stood Still, and then that's what Ash couldn't say in Army of Darkness as well. Right. So that's also another. There's multiple. Yeah, definitely multiple references. But so I wanted to check a bit of this song out. It features David Michael Moot of Operus. So that's a Canadian connection. That is a Canadian connection there. Operus is from Toronto, Ontario. How did you get in touch with them?
So this is really random. Like I remember when they were pretty small for them now because they've played at like Vakken now.
Yep.
But like I had I first heard their album Cenotaph in like 2017, I think, right after it came out. Because I'd heard a song of theirs called Fate's Pantomime, and I was like, who the hell is this guy singing? He's so good.
I think I know that song.
And then again, same thing out of the blue. I just messaged him one day and I was like, hey, would you be interested in doing this? And he was like, yeah, I just don't really have a home studio. And I said, okay, I'm about to replace my entire one. Here's my old one. Will you do guest vocals if I give this to you? He was like, yup. So
nice.
I shipped him my old monitors and my old audio interface straight to his house in Toronto, and he did guest vocals.
That's awesome. That's totally awesome.
Away with getting guest vocals.
Yes. And he did a ridiculously good job, and I mean, it was funny. It was after that I got the connection with, Wojtek, their bassist. I know I'm actually wearing a hat of, just backwards because I'm cool, of JJ and Oscar.
JJ Targaryen, JJ Targaryen. Sorry, I always say his name wrong. I say Targaryen, which is like a nerdy reference. I was. He's a Targaryen. Wait, no, that's a nerdy. That's a sci-fi reference.
I know Dean, the guitarist. Oscar and I talk all the time. Wojtek and I talk pretty often. I mean, I don't know. It's just something that became just pals with them.
Well, Pennsylvania, and it's through online, because I was just thinking, like, geographically, Pennsylvania is not far from Ontario and far from Quebec, and
it's like 4 hours.
Right, so you kind of you could go there if you wanted to, but this is all like remote, so it's just kind of interesting to me. I thought for sure it would be because you were there, or you went there, or you played there, or something.
No, Wojtek, and it's like Wojtek. He wants all the bullshit. He wants to do a cover of Ya Ya Ding Dong from the Eurovision movie, and I'm like, hell yeah, I want to be involved in that.
Do it.
Please do it. That's awesome.
I absolutely love the music of the movie so much. It's so good.
You mentioned JJ. I know I've met JJ, and I've chatted with him multiple times because he organizes the Vakken metal battles in Canada.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he's organizer of that, and he actually came out because we had here in Calgary, we had our national final for all of Canada here in Calgary. I got to judge for that and be one of the judges, and so was JJ, and I got to meet him. He's the nicest dude ever. He is a wonderful human being. He's a super chill, wonderful guy. Yeah. So, and he's also known for Skullfist, another popular band. And
he's got a pretty impressive rap sheet.
Yeah, very much so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff. I was like, he was in that. But
right, and he has another project, JJ, right now coming out, and maybe we'll get to talk to him about it on a future show. Thunderer, you have a Thunderer hat. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. I want to see that again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's wearing a Thunderer hat. Oh, my God. It's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon right here. This is crazy, the connections here. Because, JJ, I chat with him. I'm like, I would love to have you on the show. Not to talk about operas, I want to talk about Thunderer. I want to talk about your new project because he plays drums. He's a drummer. He does these vocals. He has vocals in that project. So I'm so excited to... Hopefully, I think he already said, I want to come on the show. So he probably will be in a future episode.
Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah.
I liked their first single a lot.
So it'd be great to talk to him about his new project. That's what I'm always interested in. Like, there's this big band, but what's this new thing coming out? So I don't want to tell people about it. That's the thing. And in the chat, I missed it earlier. Chad Bill Anderson says David is such a beast, and he absolutely is. So speaking of that, let's listen to the song. We've been chatting lots about it, but let's actually listen to the track. We'll play for a bit, and if you think of anything to let us know, Connor, maybe the themes of the song, we'll jump back into that.
I will say this first before you start. So this is a weird thing. I was originally going to start this band back in like 2015, 16 as a side project.
Nice.
This was like the second song I ever wrote for this band, and then I came back this past year and kind of reanalyzed it and changed like 2 things about it, and that's what came of it. So this is a really old song, actually.
Nice. All right, let's do this.
Yeah.
The xylophone, is that just a synthesizer?
No, that's me on keyboard.
Like, yeah, the keyboard. That's what I mean. Yeah.
That was me.
Nice touch.
It's almost
nice
like
touch.
indicative of like Christmas almost. It gives me like that Christmas feeling.
You know what's funny? It's like in the background of Whispering Winds of Fate 2, I threw Tubular Bells in, but most people don't really hear that.
No, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Random things I'll throw in.
Oh,
like
Montana noticed it.
If you actually listen closely to the vocal pattern, we get into the pre-chorus here, that's me kind of like halfway doing a sort of theme of that just on the sort of vibraphone thing there.
That's what I really like about all three of the songs that I listen to, all of the singles, is there are so many different layers that you've put in.
Thank you.
Yet there's a certain off cadence that is also represented between the drums, the guitars, and the additional percussion that you sneak in there. And it's like under the radar until you're like, what the fuck was that? And then it's already gone.
Like when I'm trying to mix this up at home, it's always really bizarre. Just to be like, you know what this fucking metal song needs? A xylophone, dude. That's what all
accordion.
I was like, yeah. Somebody told me to throw in like a hurdy-gurdy into one of our songs.
A hurdy-gurdy, that'd be great.
I'm absolutely going to do it at some point.
I challenge you to put in, well, actually, I don't challenge you. Seriously, maybe think about putting accordion in, because all of the songs in the metal scene that I have heard with accordion, masterpiece.
All of the Ailstorm songs?
Okay, well, maybe. There's some exceptions. Don't get me wrong, I like Ailstorm, but for when I'm already plastered.
Oh,
I need to be plastered.
You do need to make some Vis Mystica, some fucking alcoholic blue milk drinking music.
Oh, that's a great idea. No green milk though, only blue.
No blue milk.
No green milk.
Yes. No. Anyway, that's roughly new.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a little more of the song. There we go. Ashla's call dies deep in hatred's flame. I had to look that one up. Ashla and Bogan, Moons of Tython, which
That's
is
right.
where this takes place. This is set on Tython. Those are the moons. So what? Okay, so I was going to ask the question. I guess you already answered this earlier. Is what the significance of Tython plays in the Star Wars mythos? Is because that's where the Jedi started. Is that right? There we go. Look how stuff I'm learning.
There you go.
You go, dude.
Plus, Wally.
I know, man. Crushing it.
Yes. I was gonna say actually, like the contrast between there's something about Vis Mystica that I noticed in comparison to like traditional power metal, and something that I noticed was there's this added element, and it's in the vocals. I gotta hand it to Devin. Holy shit! Like the separation. Well, and I'm sorry, I'm forgetting his name from Operas. Yeah, Dave. Thank you, Dave. These are the days I know. These are the days I know. Anyways,
you're good.
That was a Kids in the Hall reference, if anyone got it. But,
no, actually didn't.
Anyways, yeah, the difference between like the unclean vocals and the operatic vocals is so juxtaposed, yet it fits so perfectly. Yeah, it's like a missing puzzle piece, and then it's like, it's excellent.
Well,
yeah, that's the thing. Those two are just so outrageously talented and like two totally different aspects of vocal performance. And I mean, Dave himself, like if you dig onto like his Facebook profile and whatnot, the dude does like Latin style church vocals and whatnot. I mean, he's a ridiculously talented guy, and he does everything too.
And you can hear it in the vibrato, like in his vocals, but then paired with that like guttural, like dirty.
The craziest thing about his vocal performance, and that was, I think he sent me. It was double digits in vocal tracks because I mean he really went above and beyond on that. He sent me a ton of layers. He used pitch correction on none of them. No, seriously? There was no pitch correction on any of that. That was all just him. He was. I sent him that, and he said, "Oh, I didn't use any pitch correction on that." He said, "Oh," I said, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Do you think I know how to fucking do that?" I was like,
he's just a vocalist. He's not a producer, right?
You're a freak. Like, how do you do that? I was just like, and I told Chad that, and he was like, "What?"
Just get good. You don't need pitch correction. Just get good.
Just get good.
Fine. The guy is he's literally superhuman.
He's an alien.
He's a freak. He's so good. I mean, this guy's, it's hard to believe how good he is.
It's perfect that an alien is on a Star Wars track too. So anyway, let's check it out.
Absolutely.
Oh, what happened there? There we go. It's like battle folk metal, like in this, but in the spirit of like Star Wars. Yeah, it's such a cool juxtaposition. And I think it was a smart. You mentioned earlier, like Star Wars. It was a side project. You decided to make it a main thing. I think it's a smart decision because it's gonna make people take notice of it as well. It's just the way the human mind works, where it's like, I know that thing. I've heard of that thing before. That's a thing that I've heard of before. Maybe I'll check this out. Honestly, and then also it worked for you getting the vocalists as well, especially with Jonas Heidgert. He likes Star Wars. He's like, yeah, sure, I'll check this out. I'll try this.
There's definitely others I have for future reference that I have on kind of the waiting list. Well, not the waiting list. That makes me sound like I'm way more important.
But future endeavors.
They're just waiting to be featured by Connor.
Like, we want to be a fucking Jedi, bro. No, it's
well, who doesn't?
Really, I'm not nearly that cool. But like, no, just people I have an idea. Like, it'd be cool to hear them on this too. That's the cool thing about Devin too. Is like Devin has no ego either, so he's just like, yeah, cool, dude. But it's whatever.
Well, with Celestial Wisdom coming out, is it coming out in 2021? Is that the plan?
Yes. Unfortunately, it got delayed a little bit because, sadly, spooky moment for a second. He's okay now. Don't worry. We all got COVID.
Whoa!
Actually.
Oh shit!
In terms of like around like December, January, I got it. Thankfully, it wasn't too bad when I got it. Right. Devin, on the other hand, when he got it, he got messed up for a good long while. He got shut down for a solid month. He almost got hospitalized, and then it's taken until about 3 weeks ago for his lungs to come back for him to be able to sing properly again.
Yeah, no kidding.
we were originally planning on releasing it around April, but then the recording got pushed back because of obvious reasons.
Right,
and then now but it'll be 2021, yeah. But we're thinking like May, June now.
Right.
As opposed to before.
Still, though.
And then it was, I mean, just like everybody's okay, so that's the important thing.
Good.
That is good. My God.
It was pretty fucked for a while, man. Like, I mean, again, not to go all COVID on you, but yeah, that shit's no joke.
Right.
When I had it too, was not a fun time. I wouldn't recommend it personally.
This is the quote of the episode tonight. Connor McRae. I don't recommend it.
Don't recommend it.
Yeah, dude. If you feel like not tasting or smelling anything for like 2 weeks at a time and then not being able to
so you did have that symptom.
I did, yeah. I had a bit of it, yeah. And then I was a close contact a few weeks ago, so I had to stay home for another week after that from teaching. But I'm good. Not dead, not sick, healthy.
That's good.
Good.
That's
Drink
good.
beer.
Good to hear.
Connor.
Will there be some more guest vocals on the album coming out?
We're looking to have Dave again, actually.
Oh, excellent.
Ooh.
On another song that I think is called "Legacy of the Builders." That is one of the more orchestral songs that we've got. It's kind of like a mixture of heaviness, orchestralness, bit of in-betweeners. We have the two songs that we don't have guest vocals on are the Plains of Silence and the final song in the album, Beyond the Gates of Fury.
Okay.
So
Nice.
I didn't want it to seem like we were completely relying on guest vocalists for, little bits to make you think, oh, these guys. But no, it's cool to have them involved, and it's really awesome. I was planning on having some more guest solos and whatnot too, but I eventually decided against that for the time being, at least. I mean, I've got other friends I would like to do it in the future, people who are way better at making solos than I am. But
you gotta give yourself some more credit there, Connor, because what you've made so far it's like beyond. So
I do appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I have a surprise for you, Connor.
Oh.
I'm always full of surprises. So I thought, okay, if I'm having a Star Wars themed power metal artist, on the show, I think I'm gonna have to ask them some Star Wars trivia. Are you up for the challenge?
Well, yeah, I'm up for the challenge, dude.
So we were talking earlier. I think you're going to nail this based on our earlier conversations. But they get increasingly harder. The first, I would say, the first 4 to 5 questions I would be able to answer because I'm not I'm a fan, but not a nerd, Star Wars nerd. So, but
I'm an appreciator.
Yeah. So actually, what might be fun is giving a. Connor, you just say if you know it or not, and giving Montana a chance to answer for the first couple. I want to see if Montana can...
My answers are going to be ridiculous and not even on par, but it'll be funny.
Oh, I'm so down.
Okay, because I don't. The first couple and they get harder. So, okay, first question number 1. What is Baby Yoda's real name?
Yes.
Baby shark. That one.
So Montana does not know. All right, Connor. Grogu. That is correct. From The Mandalorian. Great. Actually, good Star Wars.
Fucking bangerino, dude.
Yeah, it's a great show. Okay, so
I watched it.
I didn't mention before. The questions are from all throughout Star Wars. So they could be prequels. They could be whatever, right? So.
What up, dude?
In Star Wars: The Clone Wars, which droid is Anakin Skywalker's companion? Connor will know this one, right?
Yes.
Okay, and Montana, who is Anakin Skywalker's companion? Which droid in Star Wars: The Clone Wars?
Anakin.
Yes.
Clone Wars. That would be C-3PO?
No, close. Who's the other one?
Beep boop.
Yeah, you're correct.
That one.
The one that beeps and boops. So again, these are questions I would have known so far. Okay, Connor, easy one.
The answer is R2D2.
R2D2.
Yeah,
That's correct. Okay, so we're still on the easy question. Montana, I'm not going to bug you, so you just jump in if you do know it.
Okay, sure.
I'm not going to bug you again. Okay, we're still easy questions. We're going to go quicker because these are easier and they get harder. What is the color of Master Windu's lightsaber?
Purple.
Yep.
Oh, I think I did know that one.
Right. What is the name? What is the name of the Force-sensitive female being of the same species as Grandmaster Yoda, who is a member of the Jedi High Council?
Yaddle.
Correct. That one I knew too. I think this is the last one I would have gotten right, by the way. What planet is Darth Vader's castle on?
Is his castle?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They made this canon in Rogue One. So that would have been Mustafar.
Correct. There you go. I almost thought I had you for a second. Which planet is home of the Jedi Council?
In the movies, that would be
in the movies. Oh,
but
see,
in Knights of the Old Republic, it's Dantooine, and in Dawn of the Jedi, it's Tython.
Oh my God.
Cool.
Oh,
I don't know anything about this.
Questions are too easy.
Yes, ladies.
I've heard of Coruscant. Yeah, no kidding. I'm surprisingly not. Anyway, what is the full name? I'm surprisingly not.
Boost yourself up there.
God.
I'm actually having
Wally.
Yes, and I'm having a child soon. So they even managed to do that. Isn't that great? She's gonna be nerdy as nerdy as I am. Okay, what is the full name? Okay, we're still going to easy questions, so we'll go quicker. What is the full name? Well, not for Montana, sorry. Okay, what is the full name of Anakin Skywalker's Padawan apprentice?
Ahsoka Tano.
Correct. What is the type of crystal typically used in a lightsaber for focusing its energy?
Kyber.
Correct. This character used to smuggle guns before opening a diner on Coruscant and is partially named after George Lucas's son.
Dax?
Solo?
Or Dexter, rather. Sorry.
Yes. Dexter Jester. Yes, you got it. Correct. What is the name of Queen Amidala's decoy?
Decoy? Corday.
Yes. Oh, okay. I got something different, but maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, wait. Oh,
you could be right.
Queen Amidala's decoy.
Yeah, in the movies.
That would have been in Phantom Menace.
Correct. Yeah, the one that dies.
P? Does it start with a P?
Starts with an S.
S?
Oh, I got a hard one. Good. Okay, we're getting harder. Again, these are getting. There's only three questions left, so they have to be a little harder.
Corday was her decoy in Attack of the Clones.
I'm gonna go with Samara.
I could be again. I'm not perfect, so this could be wrong.
No, you're completely right.
I don't know if I'm. I just googled it. So Sabe.
Sabe, yep.
Sabe. That is okay. These are getting harder. Okay, order these battles of the Star Wars universe. I don't know if you need a pen for this one, but there's five of them. Order these battles of the Star Wars universe. There's Subjugation of Geonosis, Battle of Yavin, Occupation of Bespin, Liberation of Ryloth, and Sith Civil War.
Okay, this one's multiple choice, so I get to guess.
No, it's not multiple choice. It's order. You have to order them. You have to put them in order.
Oh, damn it, I'm out.
Sith Civil War would have been first.
Correct.
Because the Sith didn't really exist before then. Okay, and then...
Correct.
There was the...
You can say them...
So, Battle of Yavin would have been one of the last ones.
Okay, yeah.
So that would have been... Actually, so the Occupation of Bespin would have actually been... That would have been number 5.
Yes, correct. Correct,
okay,
and
then 4.
Yes.
So now it's a matter of Ryloth and Geonosis. So I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna say Ryloth came before Geonosis.
Boom! Wow!
Holy shit, son!
That is insane.
Well done.
And there's one last question, which I think you're going to nail it. The Empire Strikes Back primarily takes place in 2 sectors. The Sluis, S-L-U-I-S sector that includes the Dagobah system, and this sector that includes the other planets in the film. So there's a S-L-U-I-S sector, Sluis sector that includes... And it includes Dagobah.
I have no idea. I remember there's the Anoat system. That's
I got it. He got it.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Anoat sector has both Hoth and Bespin in it.
A-N-O-A-T. But...
Yes. Yeah, he got it. 100%. 100%. Actually, you didn't get the decoy of Queen Amidala's decoy, but that's...
Oh no, Montana died.
It's okay, I'm back.
You got to turn your camera back on.
Yep. Sorry, everybody.
That's okay.
That was my cat.
Oh.
I'm back, I think.
There,
Yeah,
yes, you are. Okay, good.
So sorry about that.
No problem.
Sorry.
Your cat, Moogie is part of the show.
He is.
So
Come
the
here,
only thing you
buddy.
didn't know about was about the prequel, so actually that's not that bad, honestly.
Yeah, fair. Phantom Menace, no less, which is the shittiest movie, probably.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Let's all be fair. Yeah, for sure.
That's what they say. But there's something about a certain character that I find rather amusing.
Oh, yes.
God.
Yes. I almost forgot.
Fuck him.
Everyone, I'm going to gain so many haters for this, but it's worth it.
For enjoying JJB.
So, well, there we are. No, that was completely enjoyable. I loved all of it. Didn't know squat, obviously, but super fun. So here's my addition to Star Wars. Sometimes, well, on occasion, I like to do voice acting just for funsies on the side. And my dad and I go back and forth sometimes. He does Vader really well, and I do Jar Jar Binks. So, everyone, here you go. Okay.
Oh my God.
Mr. Jar Jar Binks. Mr. Jar Binks. There you are, everybody.
That was really good. That was way better than I was expecting. Holy shit, Montana.
I can't. Oh my God.
That was great.
That's all.
That was awesome. I'm talking too loud in the mic. I'm sorry, everybody.
It's
Wow.
That was
Sorry I couldn't answer all the questions, Alex.
insane.
Correct, but there you
That
go.
was dummy impressive.
That was nothing, but thank you.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I can't.
That
do
was that was on point.
I've been practicing.
What do you think of that, Connor? Did you expect to hear that tonight on the Wicked Wally webcast?
No.
And that to come out of Montana?
That's beyond me.
Well, I aim to please.
That's impressive to say the least. Like, I'm trying to think of anything else that I might be able to do a voice from that. It's like it's been a while since I've done voice acting in that.
Oh, you've done a bit too. Oh, wow.
No.
Oh, yeah, I tried doing it every once in a while. Not too good at it, but I was trying to think of anything. Nah, I think I'll leave it be on that for the time being.
So
but I can't think of anything good.
All good.
I want to switch gears again. I'm always full of surprises, so that you nailed. I'll say, even though you didn't get Sabe, whatever, who cares? I'd say you nailed that Star Wars quiz. By the way, you definitely through and through. You deserve to be. I now deem you credible enough to be in a Star Wars power metal band.
Yes.
Whatever that means, me saying it. But
if you want nice old Republic lore, I've got more than anybody in the history of creation. But
right. But so who are the Dreadnecks?
Oh, Dreadnecks. So that would be my other band from Oli in New York. They actually invited me to join them in 2019. I've been playing with them, or I've been playing shows around them for a long time. They're very different to Vis Mystica. They're
Absolutely.
more tongue-in-cheek. Kind of like the last festival we did. I mean, it's just like goofy music. It's borders on being comedy metal to an extent, but it's not. But I mean, like for example, shoot.
I was just gonna say Montana. I think Montana is gonna really. I love to play just a little bit of it, just to give us a taste, because
absolutely.
Montana. You tell me. I think they're indicative. I think they're similar. If Dusty Tucker had a genre, this would be in the same genre as Dusty Tucker, in my opinion.
So, Monster, we actually have a very strong connection with the goddamn Gallows.
Oh, I don't know who that is actually.
Y'all motherfuckers need Jesus. Them.
No.
Not familiar, but
they're
totally into checking it out.
Yeah, they're interesting to say the least.
Goddamn Gallows?
Goddamn Gallows. Okay.
I'm gonna.
So yeah, I just want to play a little bit of this, just because it's such a departure. It's so different than what you do with Vis Mystica. And I know this is about Vis Mystica tonight, but I thought it was interesting. When I looked it up and I heard it, I'm like, I think Montana's gonna dig it. So how about we listen to a little bit of this, and I'm just gonna play it now, and let me know what you think, Montana.
Okay.
It's my favorite song alive.
They got banjo. I'm already in love.
That's Devin actually doing that.
Some swamp sounds. I like it. I like it.
Such a fun song to play live. I love it.
The kids in the back. That's a funky bass.
Very funky.
Yeah, I do dig this.
Almost get a little Go-Go Bordello in this song too, which is pretty cool.
We cover Start Wearing Purple live.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, I'm a big Go-Go Bordello fan. I know they're not metal exactly, but they're a fantastic band.
Yeah, Reanimate Object. So fun story about that. I think Devin did like every instrument on that song.
Whoa!
Holy shit! Really?
Including drums. Yeah.
Wow.
So you just play live with them? Is that it, or do you part of the songwriting?
Yeah, so I wasn't actually on that album, but I play it live. I over shred on that song often.
Add a little color to it. Add a little your own.
Fun ass song to play, dude.
Yeah.
It's super groovy.
No, when I joined them, I had to learn a bunch of songs by ear and whatnot. So that was kind of how I learned all that stuff, and then we just goof on it live. I mean, we haven't done a live show in God knows how long, but I mean, obviously, used to.
I was gonna say Oh, go ahead. We used to finish your thought, and I got something else.
Dreadnecks for a time would do. This is before I joined, but they would do north of 100 shows a year sometimes.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. There's some bands here that are like that too. But yeah, that is a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that is a lot.
So I mean, when I was in there, if we had kept going at the rate we were going at, we would have done about 65 in 2019 and 2020. So quite a few. Yeah, we went on tour a few times and whatnot. So yeah, it was cool. It's really fun.
I want to play just a few more seconds of this. I want to in the middle of the next song, and then I'll just leave it at that. A little snippet, and suggest folks check this out as well, because actually they're quite. It's very good. In Montana, you definitely go check out Dreadnecks after this. And then check out this song. Isn't this? All right, I'll leave it at that, because this is about Vis Mystica tonight. But I noticed you're part of that. So you're a live member. Do you do any of the songwriting in that band, or no? You're just a live.
Not
member?
Yet, but we're going to. I've written a few things for them. But the thing, what's really like that song in particular, that is my favorite vocal line in the history of Forever. In it, our singer Grant, he has a line that says, "I wave my privates in a public place," and I'm like, what a fucking amazing thing to put in a song.
I wave my privates in a public place. That's wonderful. Don't do that, but
yeah, I was like, that's so cool.
I don't endorse doing that, but yeah, that's great.
What a creative line.
Very much so. Yeah.
So suggestive.
Yeah, I was like, yes. Anyway, yeah.
Love it.
I get you, man. I get you. All right, cool. So yeah, I wanted to throw that up because you remember that band too, and it was just I was really impressed. I mean, if anyone from that band wants to come on the Wicked Wally webcast in the future and talk about their music, let them know, Connor, because I would love to have them on. I'd love to have Montana on that show as well, because like I said, it's if Dusty Tucker there's a theme for that. They're in that realm kind of, right? But maybe a little Go-Go Bordello too in there, and so it's just a very like a redneck, like high redneck, but then really a lot of talent and groovy,
so structured.
Right, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah. So cool, awesome. Let's see here. So what I like to do too is I looked, going through social media, and you had your personal social media linked to your band page. So I thought then it's fair game for the show. I'm going to ask you something. Who's this good boy here? Who is this boy?
That is Turin.
Turin.
That is my doggo.
Right, you mentioned him earlier.
He's
beautiful.
Yeah.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
He's
big
a big
boy.
doofus. Yeah. Yeah, he's a big doofus.
Aww.
There he is. There he is. That's a great photo. That's your pooch.
Yeah, he's a dummy. Yeah.
How old is he?
He is 8 now. We adopted him when he was 2. And but he is currently in Titusville, PA right now, in a much bigger yard, which is like an hour away from me. So I go visit him quite often. But ever since I moved up to Erie for work, he needed a place that wasn't an apartment building because he's a husky and he likes to run around. So he stays with Mama Bear nowadays.
I have something coming up here next, Connor. Connor, that I want you to comment on. That I don't. All my notes say is, so what's going on here? I don't remember what this is, so it's going to be a surprise for both of us.
Joy of joys. I'm sure this will be a... Oh! Yeah! So that was the Dread
So what's going on here?
There is so many layers to unpack here. So we were doing a show in Rochester, and normally, just as a joke, I'll just, for Dreadnought shows, I'll just strip down to my underwear for like our last couple shows. By the way, Star Wars underwear. That's what I was wearing.
Oh, look at that! I didn't even notice that.
Nice touch.
Anyway, no, and then fucking people just started throwing money into my waistband. I was like, this is funny. So
that's a great way to earn money.
Dude, that show was fucking wild. Like a dude just... I just walked up onto the stage and just left me an entire full 5th of rum and just said, "Here, have this." And I was like, okay.
Okay.
So I drank like 7 shots of it on stage. They gave us like 2 shots of orange liqueur, maybe more. I had like 2 PBRs. I ended up with like $50 in my waistband.
Nice. Hey. Maybe more bands need to start doing this. It's a way to make some money.
The best detail of all of that, I went to deposit it at the ATM the next day. It broke the fucking ATM.
Oh.
I'm dead serious.
Uh-oh.
Such a crinkled dollar bills, and I had to like go to the bank and be like, "Oh, it ate like $50."
Deposit my underwear money, please, good sir.
And thankfully, they didn't ask where it came from. I was like, "Oh yeah, it definitely didn't come from a bunch of people throwing money into my waistband."
Oh man, that is hilarious. We have folks.
All I remember about that night was I got ridiculously drunk and I threw up in a hat.
Oh my god.
Your hat?
Yep, it was my hat.
Oh, okay.
Then it was also in Grant's truck, our singer, and then he went back to clean it up, and it was apparently so gross that he started puking.
Oh, that's gross. That's really gross.
Bad. I don't remember much of this.
What a good friend.
Yeah. Well, we're about an hour and 40 minutes into the stream tonight, and we still have a bunch of people watching. So hi everyone out there. Thanks for staying tuned in. Obviously, you're interested with the banter. I thought the Star Wars talk at one point the viewership did go down and come back up. So, but now we're talking about dollar bills and alcohol, and look, we're showing some skin too. So another viewer. See, that's probably what it is. You just got to show some skin, and then.
Definitely shots me being extremely out of shape and whatnot. Oh god, yeah. Just
hey, it was working for you that night. You made $50, so that's not bad.
It was like, I'm pretty sure every single person that put money in my waistband was a dude. So I think I'm appealing to the wrong. I think me going after girls is maybe me appealing to the wrong demographic nowadays.
Right, you just gotta switch teams, man. Okay, awesome. So, okay, before we move on, the next segment of the show is reviews. I want to cover some reviews. So, typically on the show, we do a review segment where I review a band that maybe is emerging or something new, or from another part of the country or something like that. But since Connor, you're from Pennsylvania, and I wanted to put some music in front of you from our hometown, from here in Calgary. Okay. So this review segment is going to be doing it a little bit differently tonight, just for fun. Try it, and see what your opinion is on some local Calgary bands. And obviously, first, I want to start off with a power metal band, symphonic power metal band. But this band though has some different elements. So would you be excited to review a few other local bands here?
Let's do it, dude. Yeah.
All right. So are you ready? It's time for some reviews.
All right.
All right, that's right. It's time for some reviews here on the Wicked Wally webcast. And for reviews, it's more of a feature for tonight because, like I said earlier, we are going to be featuring some bands from right here in our hometown of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So if you're watching from the United States, I wanted to give you guys a little taste of what we have in our city here of Calgary, which is known for country music more than anything. So, but we do have some amazing metal bands out of this city. The first band we're going to check out from Calgary, Alberta, Canada is the band Osyron. And I had them on the show earlier, so you can check that out. A little previous episode of the Wicked Wally webcast had them on talking about their latest album, Foundations. But they have a single they just released recently for the song The Cross. It's the latest video and single, so I wanted to check it out. And the track/video reflects on Canada's history of colonialism and extreme religious expansion in its early birth by European superpowers of the 16th and 17th centuries. Large populations of both English and French settlers found themselves amongst a free-run, lawless society of First Nations subgroups, which gave way to a ruthless chess match of assimilation and warfare, while unfortunately bringing both together many times. So yeah, some heavy subject matter in this song, and the video as well is a bit heavy. So warning you right now, not crazy, but there's a cross in it because it's called The Cross. So if you're offended by crosses, don't watch, I guess.
This isn't for you.
This isn't for you.
Yes.
But it's again, this band, the boys in this band they're incredible human beings. They're not trying to they're just trying to make a point in Canadian history. So from the band themselves, they add, this song looks back on how both religion and extreme nationalism played a role in the branding of an ethnic group of people that were caught off guard of what was to come over the next 4 centuries. Heavy topics. Heavy. So we're going to bring up The Cross. I'm going to throw it back to our main screen for just a moment. I'm going to pull this up. So The Cross by Osyron. Let's pull this video up. Here we go. We're getting right into it. Let's do this. Oh, I'm getting some clicking. I don't know who that is. 1 second there. One of you guys are clicking quite a bit.
Am I clicking?
I don't know. Click,
I don't know.
Am I?
Beep, boop, boop, boop.
Beep boop.
All right, let's just power through it. I'm going to turn the music up. Let's do this.
Okay.
Thoughts?
I think that actually sounds really good. What I was going to say above all else was whoever mixed the drums in that mixed the snare really, really well. Like the snare punch is super hard in that song, and I like that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know, it's clicking. Montana, can you mute yourself for a second and see if it's you?
Yep.
Sorry. Let's see if it stops when Montana mutes. I think it's her headset. That's my theory.
Oh no!
Because Connor, your sound's been good the whole time. Yeah, I think it is. I think your headset's having trouble. But anyway, so thanks for that. In terms of the mixing, it's actually they're all completely self-produced. They have their bass player actually. His name's Tyler Corbett. He's the one who actually did the theme song for. He recorded the theme song for this show. So at the beginning of the show, he did it. It's all him. He said, "Here's my first mix. What do you think?" I'm like, "It's perfect. Thank you." I gave him some
awesome.
Yeah, I get some instructions. Yeah, his mixing, he does an incredible job. And there's actually another band in Calgary called Red Cane. They're also they're a gothic power metal band. You can check them out as well. We don't have them on tonight's show, but queued up. But check them out as well. He mixed their latest album, their brand new album. So, and they've won Red Cane's won a number of music awards here in the city of Calgary. So they've been nominated and they won. They've been nominated multiple times and they won. So it's just some very, very, very talented group of Osyron. I do recommend checking out more. So would you say worth checking out more Osyron?
Definitely.
Yeah, so if you want to look, they have this again. This is one of the more recent music videos. It's a little more simplistic, but they have a lot of really incredible music videos and production and everything. So
before we move on, can I step out for just like 30 seconds? Somebody just knocked on my door.
Oh, okay, absolutely, absolutely. Montana, what can you tell? You know a bit about. Okay, go ahead, talk. You want to say something?
I know quite a bit about Osyron and specifically the singer Reed. Actually, Reed just dropped by my work. Was it yesterday? Because I work with his girlfriend, Jordan.
Oh, there you go.
And he dropped off coffee for us. So thanks, Reed.
Aww, Reed's a sweetheart.
Drop off a latte for me.
Right.
Yeah, but no, he's a phenomenal musician, and he also teaches as well. He teaches vocals and I think drums.
Nice.
He's currently doing that right now during the pandemic.
Oh, Reed's a drummer? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he's multifaceted as well.
I knew he played guitar. I didn't realize he's a drummer as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if he started drums first as opposed to guitar, but I'll have to ask him that. But I know that he plays both. So Reed, he just does everything. He's always got his hands on a new project too. Every time I catch up with him, he's just like, oh yeah, I've got like 15 things that I'm juggling right now.
Right.
And somehow he manages to just keep it all intact. So his management skills are superb.
Very, very impressive. So, so I think, oh, hey, Connor.
There we go. Sorry
everything's going okay?
Hey.
Everything is going perfectly okay.
It's part of being... Oh, go ahead.
Apparently it was just somebody just putting a note on the door. It wasn't anything about me being loud. But I think it was just something about the apartment complex itself. So that was
okay.
Do it. So
yeah, late at night too. Yeah. Anyway, Connor. So would you say check out some more Osyron?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and if you ever want a cool band to collaborate with, like I said, Tyler is a very talented producer. If you look up Tyler Corbett as well on Spotify, he's got his solo work as well on there. He's got some really amazing solo work.
That's a name I feel like I've seen in various places over time. I'm not sure how.
He's like a dirty shirt. He's been in a lot of places. So he's been everywhere.
I swear to God, if nothing else, I've seen his name on like my people you may know list on Facebook or something.
Maybe, yeah. The next band, and this is not. I thought, okay, we'll listen to a band with a bit of a power metal style. I guess would you call them power metal, Osyron, based on what you heard?
Yeah, like melodic metal, power.
Melodic, yeah. There's some
any of this splitting hairs genre stuff. They're good. Let's just say
fair enough.
Good. They're good.
Fair enough. Now, for our next band, and again, there's another band out of Calgary that I wanted to show to you because you're, from our city. Their band called Hazzerd. Do you like thrash metal?
Yeah, definitely. Me being an Ex Mortis fan for sure.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Great. We're gonna listen to some Hazzerd, and the song we're gonna check out the song Delirium from them. Hold on, is that the right? Hold on, did I get this right? No, Waking Nightmare from the album Delirium is the case. So here, we'll just kind of play through this ad because there's an ad playing. So Waking Nightmare, that song Waking Nightmare there, I apologize for that, taken off of the album Delirium, and they are signed with M Theory Audio. So they've done well. And you've heard of M Theory, Connor?
Oh, I have friends who are on M Theory, yeah.
Right, yeah. So the M Theory Audio band, Waking Nightmare is this is from the band themselves. Waking Nightmare is one of our favorites off of the new album, and is super aggressive and fast with a melodic build-up intro. The song itself was written about sleep paralysis and how scary the situation can be. A number of people have reported waking up in the middle of the night unable to move and seeing things that aren't actually there, like monsters, demons, and other apparitions. The video was shot by a local production company called Russman Productions. We are going for that underground thrash feeling for the video, and we think we got it. Additional conceptual footage by Rafael Ortego of Eclipse Visions, blah, 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 blah. Of Ecliptic Visions, The Absence in Arian. Apparently has something to do with, before we heard of Arian, right?
Yeah, sadly enough.
Sadly enough?
Oh, wait a second. Never mind. I'm thinking of like Aryan Brotherhood, like Nazis.
Oh, no. The musical project. Got
it.
Yeah, Aryan is a record producer. Here, I gotta quickly correct that because we're not talking about the Aryan Brotherhood on the Wicked Wally webcast.
I think that's Arian.
I'm sure I'm saying it right. Arian. I don't know if Nate's still in the chat. Arian. There we go. That's probably why. Okay. I'm pronouncing it wrong all these years. Thank you, Arian. There we go. Not Arian.
Mark and Lucas, and we just called him a Nazi.
We're just hitting it out of the park today.
All right, they're not the Aryan Brotherhood. It's hey, okay.
These are not the Aryans you're looking for.
I've been saying it wrong this whole time. I've been saying it wrong for years. This is the first time I've been corrected.
That's like what their fan club was called, the Aryan Brotherhood. That's a god-awful joke.
Anywho, apparently there's footage in there from him somehow. I don't know. That's crazy. Anyway, Waking Nightmare from Hazzerd. Let's check out some of it. And yeah, you're yawning, so we're almost at the end of the show, Connor.
No,
it is later there for sure. Like it's 2 hours later there where you are. I'm pretty sure.
Yawning.
So. Okay, let's listen to metal. Let's do this. Hazzerd. No more yawning. All right, it's muted. There we go. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna listen to more. First thoughts, Connor.
That's really cool. It's like, it reminds me of like Havoc.
Yeah,
kind of thrash, which is thrash I really enjoy. No, I really like how he has like the more like the shrieky thrash vocals. It's like I enjoy that, and I enjoy like Conan from Ex Mortis has more of like death metal-y thrash vocals.
Sure.
And I think they both have like their own place. They're just like when it busts into that first like the main thrashy riff, like I really appreciate like some of the quick like hammer on pull off like legato sort of stuff. It's the
It's Tori, yeah. Tori's an amazing guitarist.
It's really cool.
Yeah,
that's just a really cool piece to throw in. The clean stuff at the beginning too was really interesting because I can tell that he was using. It sounds like it's just like a straight tone from just a real amp and nothing else.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, which is really
pretty
rare
sure too. Yeah.
Nowadays, that's really cool. I mean, that's really cool to hear because it's just they went for like that stripped down underground sort of vibe, and they got it.
That's what I hear too. Yeah. And I can't help but think of Carcass and lead vocals, Jeff Walker.
Yeah.
The vocals sound similar, and it's because it's like it is a gritty vocal, but it's understandable. And that's what I really liked about Carcass. And I get that with Hazzerd too. I was like, that's neat. That's neat.
You know, the thing is, too, is that there's like so many bands, like when they try and strip stuff down, they sound like they're intentionally trying to strip stuff down. And I think it just comes across as really fucking corny sometimes. But these guys are doing it. It sounds way more natural than one of those bands do. It's like one of the examples I think of is like when Maiden did their earlier stripped down stuff in like the early 90s, like No Prayer for the Dying or whatever.
Okay, yes.
You could tell that they were just going out of their way to be like, hey, you know, like how our last two albums were like really, really good? What if we didn't do that? I mean,
I agree. I agree with you on that. Yeah.
It was just like, they sounded like they were trying to be like a dad rock band on the radio in 1990. And I was like, and it's just, that's so fucking corny. But like, when a band like this does it, you can tell that like this was done like right on the spot. There was no like bullshit involved, no super amounts of post processing, etc.
It's got an authentic feel.
Yes, exactly. And I think that's what makes this cooler than a lot of stuff. I think that's what makes me like thrash more is like bands like Havoc and Ex Mortis. You can tell there's not a whole lot of like frills to it. That's ironic coming from me with me and my.
You commented on the guitar work. That's Torian. Tori is also plays guitar in a band called Traveler. I don't know if you've heard of Traveler, but they've toured Europe and that as well. So they're also quite successful band. And what do you think of Dylan here playing drums while doing vocals?
Like, how the fuck do you do that? That's like,
I know.
Like, dude, even me playing.
He is a Jedi. He is a Jedi.
Yeah, he absolutely is, dude. You cannot do that with normal human abilities. Like, how can you be moving all four extremities and doing like proper, like?
I've asked him about that.
Proper techniques as well.
Sure, I've asked him about that before because I've interviewed this band twice on my old radio show, and he's so like I guess like you as well, very humble about it, and just like, oh, I guess I just do it. I don't know, I just sing, and like to him, it's almost like nothing. I'm like, and I don't know if that's true. If it just came to him easily, or if he had to really work hard for it. But he makes it sound like
this is one of the highest compliments I can give this guy.
Yeah.
In the kindest possible way, you watch them and you're like, you know what? Fuck this guy. He's way too good.
Fuck this guy. He's way too good. There you go. Dylan, if you end up watching this, man,
you're too good.
You're too good. Let's watch a little bit more of this because I mean, I love Hazzerd. So let's watch a little bit more.
Yeah, Hazzerd's great.
So good. As a guitarist, Connor, I'm sure you can appreciate some of that.
So what I was actually going to say, I was going to comment on that. Tori is obviously very neoclassical too, because most of like what that the riff itself, you can kind of hear like some sort of classical, but there's like the sudden stops in there that wouldn't be in normal like metal stuff. And as he goes up into that solo, he's going through a big run of diminished arpeggios, which is something I like to do a lot too. So by him doing that, you can kind of tell that's a very like neoclassical move to think in theory, working in tritones, which is what he was doing in there. And he was adding a lot of the whammy bar work and whatnot too. No, that's very like what he's doing. It's very impressive. What he's doing in addition to that is he's adding a lot of, like I said, diminished stuff in there, which is really that became a metal move. It wasn't always a metal move.
Oh, okay.
Because what it is, it's not quite major and it's not quite minor. It's just it's unsettling. That's like the tonality of it is meant to be like kind of fucked sounding, you know. Okay. And that's why we kind of adopt that a lot. It's like an off kilter thing between the two major tones, which is like happy, major, and minor, sad. So it's just kind of like that weird middle ground in between, and
it's like unsettling.
Yeah, and it's really easy to solo on because the pattern of it is exactly the same all the way up the fretboard for us when we're doing that. So at the end of the solo in Whispering Winds of Fate, I do the exact same thing that he was doing in part of that solo, just kind of going up through the tritones there.
Right.
And he and he's doing that. It's always a cool thing to add into a metal song, especially in like thrashy stuff. Thrashy stuff, it's very, very common. Like Ex Mortis do it a lot, Havoc do it a lot. And I think the reason that thrash guys do it a lot is because they don't have, and I mean this is in a good way, they don't have all of the big layers and background instruments of like power metal or like the shit that I do. So that makes their sound bigger by kind of adding those different sorts of tones into it. And that's why it's a really common move in a lot of like thrashy or stuff like that, is because it's unsettling and it's big at the same time.
What an incredible analysis,
really
Connor. Thank you so much for that.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I learned something. I learned something to the point where if we interview these boys again, which I'm sure we will at some point again, I'm going to play back this clip of you saying all that and pretend like I knew it. and just see Tori's like facial, and then after I'll give you credit. Once I'm done being looking like I'm impressed. I'm gonna
really bizarre things ever since I became like I started teaching like for an exclusive living. Like whatever you do when it comes to stuff like this, I noticed myself doing it and other stuff. Like when you guys show me this or when my friends show me music, it's like you immediately deconstruct it and try and figure out. It's once you get past the what. Yeah, you start kind of going into the why, and the why is really fascinating with that sort of stuff, and it helps me adopt that into like my own teaching. Like when people ask, like, "Why do you do this?" and I'm like, "Well, because X." Nice. So stuff like this makes it a lot easier to explain because he does some of the same things that I do. I think he does it in a more interesting way than I do, if I'm going to be honest, because he adds more of the metal stuff into it, whereas mine is just very. I'm very critical of my own soloing. But
and again,
there's always going to be a variation of inflections between instruments. Yeah, so true. It's pretty cool too.
And again, I'll let folks know that Connor he teaches music. So Connor McRae, you can see his name underneath there. You can look him up on Instagram, on Facebook. So if you want any lessons, he will hook you up. He's an amazing guitarist. Not more importantly, just as important, Vis Mystica, maybe more importantly, is the teaching because that makes you money. But Vis Mystica, the Star Wars themed power metal band. This is we have Connor McRae and Devin Dwyer. Is that better?
Dwyer.
Oh my God, I'm way off. Dwyer. Devin Dwyer.
We would always call him like Devin Do Your Mom or whatever or something like that.
That they're part of this project, yeah. And that we listened to a single off the new album on this episode. Celestial Wisdom is planned in 2021. You said probably around the June-ish time frame or so. It should be out. So make sure you follow these guys on social media. That's Vis Mystic. Mystcia. You can see at the bottom of the screen underneath Connor's name there too. Make sure you follow them. Make sure you everywhere you can, Instagram, Facebook, just so you know when it's coming out. And check out their music that they have. Their singles from before as well. So check out their previous music. Check out their latest tune, and give them a bunch of streams and listens. And I can't wait for what's coming up next. In terms of what's coming up next, is that good, Connor? Did I give you a good plug, or is there anything else you want to tell the audience?
That's a beautiful plug.
Okay.
Don't get COVID. Take lessons.
Don't get COVID.
Don't get COVID.
It's not cool.
And it's
no.
Sorry, COVID. It's no joke.
Yes.
That's actually true. We've been laughing, but that's just because of the uncomfortableness. Anyway, yeah. So. What I'm going to do now, Connor, is I'm going to let folks know. We'll let you go right away. I might as well just keep you till the end of the show because usually it's weird when we lose you on the Skype call. I'm going to quickly let folks know what's coming up. We have still some folks watching. What's coming up on future episodes of the Wicked Wally webcast. So let's check that out right now. Upcoming shows on the Wicked Wally webcast, well, next week. So Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Same Wicked time, same Wicked channel. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Episode 19, The Luminary Plot. Interview with Calgary's melodic metalcore act, The Luminary Plot. Guest host is Vito. Vito will be back with me. He's always a lot of fun. The Italian Stallion. And he's been doing a kick. I know Montana's laughing. Italian Stallion. He's been doing a kick-ass job. All of my guest hosts, they've been just doing additional research, and they've been just doing amazing. You guys have all come under your own, and I'm excited to have Vito as well back on the show. You guys have done great. Yeah, the show is way better because you guys are here. So the following Wednesday, March the 10th, that would be episode number 20, Killborn. I'm excited for this one. Interview with one of Wally's faves from Sherbrooke, Quebec. They're an extreme metal band, and they blend influences from Fear Factory, Gojira, Black Dahlia Murder, and Decapitated, and more. Jason will be on that show. They hit my top 20 list a couple years in a row on the radio show. So I'm a big fan of them, and I'm excited to have them on the show. Wednesday, March 17th, the following Wednesday, episode 21. Well, we're getting up there. We're getting up there in the numbers. That's pretty good. I See Aura. We reviewed them on a previous episode. Montana, you remember that show? We took a look at them. Interview with I See Aura, a Southern Ontario trio that combine the aggressive sounds of gent with modern stylings of alternative metal. Guest host Montana is back for that one. Woo! Also, the lead, the bass player and lead vocalist of that is into natural bodybuilding, so I'm going to talk about that too because I'm very fascinated by that stuff. Following week, episode number 22, again Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain. No Hope for the Lost. Interview with Medicine Hat Alberta's genre-bending modern metal duo, No Hope for the Lost. Vito will be back on that show. They have a previous release, but some of their new music is turning out to be really incredible. So this is like a spotlight. This is like, they're a band I think to watch because they've just recently released something that just is blowing my mind. So I'm very excited to see what comes from them in their new album coming out this year. The following Wednesday, episode 23, same Wicked time, same Wicked channel. Let's Get High with Phantom High. We interview front woman Peril of Toronto's industrial nu metal act, Phantom High. A guest host, Montana, on that one. That'll be an interesting show for sure. And then break time. Actually, I might not take a break. I actually might line up an interview right after this one or after that one, and then take a break because I'm expecting my first child. So that'll be taking a break. So I can be available for that because I hear there's some work. I hear they take a little bit of work. But anyway.
I've gathered that.
I've gathered that they're a little bit of work.
I'm like a 3-time uncle now. I don't have any of my own that I know of.
Right. So some exciting shows coming up, and I actually already have another interview after that already confirmed, and another one almost confirmed, but just didn't get a chance to put them up there. So I'm always working to get awesome content and guests and highlight artists like Connor here from Vis Mystica and artists and bands that don't that just deserve some spotlight. It's not only about the big giant artists, the big artists that play the giant festivals all the time. It's good to highlight some folks like Connor who are incredibly talented, putting on amazing music. So awesome. So that's it for tonight's show. Thank you so much, Connor, for being our guest for tonight. Moogie, thank you for being on the show.
Hey, kitty.
That's
Hey,
Moogie.
guys.
So yeah, thanks again, Connor. And
Dude.
yeah, so again, tune in next week. Same Wicked time, same Wicked channel. This is Wally, and we have Montana and Connor as well. Take care, everyone. Have a great night.
Guys. Take it easy, guys.
Have a good night.
See you later.
Later. And yeah, just want to mute your phones. And Connor, we can let you can head out if you need to. Thanks, buddy.